Tires. These tires flew into space on the Endeavour's final flight. Note the rubber worn down from the landing at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. The nose cone sits at the very top of the Space Shuttle assembly.
Shuttle. OK， 这是太空船最前端的这个一个装置。
On the nose of the external tank, its pointy shape helps it slip more easily through the atmosphere on its way towards orbit.
What does AT stand for?
External tank. The nose cone shielded sensor.
外面的这个
ET's tip and held vents.
油箱嘛，是不是？应该是油箱。
Oh, excuse me. Topmost. Held vents for the liquid oxygen tank. The topmost tank of the ET. When mounted to the ET, the nose cone featured an aluminum spike that served as a lightning rod for the shuttle during launch. Oh, cool.
也可以当避雷针，可以当避雷针，也是让他们可以保护。
Cycling leftovers. One of the leftover products from the chemical reactions in the fuel cells, water was as helpful to the astronauts as the electricity. The water produced when the hydrogen and oxygen combined could be used for the crew to drink or rehydrate food in the galley. Hey, I want them to hear about this one.
但是他说要把它重新回收来用，而不是说随便就丢掉。
Source of water.
它可以制造水出来。
Toilet. Since everything, including astronauts, floats in microgravity, sitting or standing to use the potty in space required practice, patience, and a little bit of acrobatics. Some astronauts positioned thigh bars or grabbed onto handholds around the potty to stay on the seat. Oh, because you might float away. Oh. Tow bars secured astronauts while they stood to go to the bathroom. Since astronauts would pee in a hose, there's a hose, I guess. Even women could urinate standing up if they chose. And in space, no one ever leaves the seat up. I bet not. To give astronauts some idea of what to expect in space, they could use a special trainer potty here on Earth that was set up just like the one on the shuttle, but nothing could really prepare them for going into microgravity. They received that training on the job. So let's see this. Space potty. In microgravity, waste doesn't plop right into the toilet like it does on Earth. Poop curls, sticks, and doesn't fall off. Lovely. Poop curls, sticks, and doesn't fall off. Urine clings to any surface it touches, and forget water for flushing. Water won't stay in the toilet. It's called the waste collection system. For both peeing and pooping, airflow helped to pull the waste away from the body and whisk it to the right bag or compartment for storage. The shuttle potty stored urine in one spot and feces in another. Astronauts urinated into a funnel attached to a hose and pooped into a hole much tinier than on potty seats on Earth. Inside, poop was collected in a bag, exposed to the vacuum of space to kill germs, and then stored for the trip back to Earth. Air used in the potty passed through a filter to clean out bacteria and odors before it returned to the crew cabin. Thank goodness. What happened to the urine? Made in California, August 1st, 1987. Orbited Vehicle 105. Final assembly officially began. 5th spaceworthy shuttle. Downey. Structural assembly of the aft fuselage began at Downey. The holes that will hold the space shuttle main engines are clearly visible. A technician in Downey works on a heat shield that will eventually be covered in black tiles and mounted around the space shuttle main engine, designed to keep hot gases from the engine out of the orbiter. Wiring. 230 miles of wires. Geez. Wings into position. Thermal protection system tiles. The bottom of the deck. They're numbered. Palmdale assembly. First power up on July 6, 1990. Flew 19 missions with those controls before they were updated in 2003. Painted by hand. Rockwell International. Payload bay doors. Lucky items. Flat Fuzzy, a photo of his pet, cat. Velcro on the back allowed him to attach Fuzzy to various surfaces throughout endeavor. Aw, cute. Toy Slinky that would bounce around the cabin in microgravity. Cans of Russian supplied food. One tin translates as appetizing appetizer. Utensils used in the gallery and described with shuttle, each with Velcro on the back. Personal crew notebook taken on the mission. 15. Patron saint of pilots and astronauts, St. Joseph of Cupertino. Tibetan tiger-eye necklace blessed by the Dalai Lama for Garrett's smooth flight and safe return. Garrett Ricer. You came back, yay! Rocketdyne Operations Support Center. Mission control. What is this? Assembly required. This large piece of aluminum lithium metal, called an orthogrid, was carved from a single metal plate to be part of the wall of a super lightweight space shuttle external tank, ET. The waffle pattern in the metal helped keep it strong while also making it light enough to launch. Together, 32 orthogrids made up the liquid hydrogen tank, one of the ET's 2 propellant tanks. This isn't a full piece, the bottom half has been cut off. So it's 32 of these, but this is only half of it. This foam came from ET94 in the display downstairs. covering 99% of the external tank. Tank surface insulating foam protected the tank's propellants from the high heat during launch. It helped to keep ice from forming on the ET while it sat on the launch pad. This is on the outside. Oh, that's what made it orange, huh? Cool. So that's the tank. Happy New Year! They were made in, well, they were shipped from LA to New Orleans, where they were assembled to make the ET's hydrogen tank. In some spots, it's only 3/32 inches thick. Wow. Huh. It's almost 11 feet wide by 10 feet high. That's crazy, huh? You can ride the simulator, $6. To see the space shuttle endeavor. This is it, folks, the real deal. It's called the Space Hab, an orbiting workshop. Okay, let's see what it says. Installed in the payload bay, the Space Hab gave astronauts extra living space aboard the shuttle, as well as room to do science and store supplies and tools. A tunnel connected to the pressurized Space Hab to the orbiter's crew compartment so astronauts could reach it and work inside it without putting on spacesuits. On some missions, two modules were flown together to make a Space Hab logistics double, providing more room for experiments and storage. On many missions, it was stocked with equipment for delivery to Mir or the International Space Station. Space Hab also carried experiments for international space agencies, universities, corporations, including experiments to test materials for improved contact lenses, develop better medicines to fight diseases, and produce crystals for use in advanced electronics. Space Hab. Originally designed to carry tourists into space, it was the first payload component developed by a private business that humans could occupy in space. Okay. I guess this is the Space Shuttle's timeline. STS-1, Columbia, April 12, 1981. Main engines work together with the solid rocket boosters to push the shuttle from launch pad to orbit. Powered by liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen from the large orange external tank, the three SSMEs propelled the shuttle with over 1.5 million pounds of thrust. When they finished firing 8.5 minutes after launch, their work for the entire mission was done. The external tank that fed propellants to the SSMEs detached from the orbiter and fell into the ocean. After the orbiters returned to Earth, the SSMEs were removed for service. Because they could be swapped between orbiters, NASA maintained 9 engines ready to fly on any launch day. 3 for the shuttle to be launched, 3 for an alternate orbiter in case a rescue mission was needed, and 3 to use as spares. A total of 51 SSMEs flew over the course of the shuttle program, 35 on Endeavour.
So this is just for the push into orbit. Once it's up in space, it's got a bunch of other stuff that steers it, like the orbital maneuvering system and the reaction control system. Yeah.
That is the external tank out of the back door, and it has a layer of foam around it. I can walk right under it. Wow. STS, Space Transporter System. And the external tank. Wow. Look at that. It all started with some guys playing in the mountains with rocket fuel. The last external tank on Earth.
This is huge.
Not reused. It was never launched. That's why it's here. Huh. Fell back towards the Earth, breaking apart in the atmosphere. Say energy! 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 The last external tank on Earth, because this one was never launched. All the others burned up in the atmosphere. Energy! Energy! Oh, energy! Gummies for energy! He's quite a poser.